Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I have been waiting to film this video for a whole freaking week. I had to keep myself together in order to wait off on using this palette right here until I had time to film. I am currently uploading a video which is a haul in which I show you when I got this palette, and I didn't open it then because today I want to do a first impressions and show you guys like the swatches and everything and just my overall thoughts on this because I have been so excited since they announced this. I've been waiting for it to come out. I finally got my hands on it and now I just can't wait to use it. So I'm gonna stop talking and I'm just gonna go ahead and open this up. So price, this was $36, and that is basically the price of all of the Too Faced palettes, or all of like the small ones like this. So I mean, I think it's a pretty good deal because they're all the same price, right? So this is what it looks like. Oh, this is so cute. This is actually kind of surprising. It's it like pops out kind of like a 3D thing. I don't know how to explain. This is just super cute. I love peanut butter, and I love peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and this is probably just the most amazing thing they could have came up with. Well, let's open it up here. Right away, the first thing from opening this is I can smell it. Like, it is extremely fragrant, and I definitely don't mind it. It kind of smells like when you're making hot chocolate, like when I make the Starbucks hot chocolate at home, or I don't know, it just smells really good. I actually think it's a lot more obvious on this one than in the Natural Eyes one. You know, they're all supposed to be, I think, like cocoa. Maybe that's just the chocolate bar palette and they did it for this one too. I actually am not sure about that. Because this one doesn't smell. This one is definitely smells. So first glance here, this is what you have. There is 3 sections as always. You know, they give you 3 different looks. So the first one is soft and sweet. Then the next one is rich and creamy. The last one is PB&J. So I think it's super cute. They made all of the names like related to peanut butter. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch the first row on my hand so I can show you guys. That is what the first row looks like. This is Spread the Love, peanut butter, and peanut butter cup. Now let's try the next row. This is bananas, peanut brittle, and jammin'. Ooh, this middle color, which is peanut brittle, is super pretty. Now let's do the last row here, which is extra creamy, jelly, and nuts about you. So these are all definitely super pigmented and they're really soft. I think the matte ones are more creamy than the other ones. And the most pigmented one is definitely peanut brittle. A little bit definitely goes a long way for these. So it comes with 3 matte colors and 6 shimmery or kind of a sheen kind of color. And then just like any other palette from Too Faced, you know, comes with a little instruction booklet here and then a mirror there. I actually really like the mirror. That's super cute. So let's look at this. I tend to always throw these away and not look at them, but let's see how they created these looks. So this is your soft and sweet one, which is the first row. It's definitely very orangey brownish. I think that's a perfect like autumn look. Then the next one is rich and creamy. They kind of have like a very bright center. This is definitely a more like dark color, kind of for like a night out, I think. And then PB&J, which is centered around the purple color. I do really like that they put them in like rows so you can try out those looks. You know, maybe if you're a beginner and you just really don't know how to pair them, then that's probably perfect for you. So I'm gonna go ahead and start playing with these on my eyes now and see what kind of look I can create. I'm already a huge fan of the Too Faced eyeshadows because they tend to stay on very well. They're very pigmented on the eyelid and they blend really easily. I'm gonna take peanut butter and I'm gonna put that over the eyelid. Now, since it is a first impression, I'm gonna do a comparison here. I'm gonna do this eye without the primer and then this eye with a primer so we can see if that makes a difference at all. I don't really have a primer that I can try out, but I'm just gonna go ahead and use this Smashbox 24-hour photo finish primer. I will say that with the primer, this side looks a little bit more blended and vibrant. It's a little brighter, and right here it's a little bit patchy, and here it looks a little bit smoother, but I still think you can pull it off without using the primer if you wanted to. Now I'm going to go ahead and take this corner one here, which is Nuts About You. Be very gentle with the eyeshadows because as soon as I do that, you get a bunch of fallout. Okay, so I'm going to take this in the crease here. Okay, I feel like this primer is making it a little bit more difficult for me in the crease area. It's a little hard to go back and forth because the product is kind of sticky. That is super pretty. I really like that color because it's like a burnt kind of orangey color. I feel like the color brings out the brown in my eyes a little bit more, which I'm kind of liking a lot. Okay, so just as I said, it's definitely blending out pretty well. See, so without the primer, I feel like wherever you put the brush first, the color really concentrates on there and it's kind of hard to blend out afterwards. So maybe it is better to use a primer. Now I'm going to take this flat brush here and I'm going to take Bananas, which is that gold color. I'm going to put that on about half. Now I want to bring out kind of the gold that I have going on here. So I'm going to take Peanut Butter Cup, which has a little bit of like gold specks, but it is a brown color. And I'm going to take that on the second half here. It's blending together really nicely. And it's not super dark either, so I think it is very wearable too. That gold one was coming out a bit patchy when I first started applying it. Now that I've blended things out, it is starting to wear off a little bit. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some setting spray to my brush. So just wet it a bit and see if that helps at all. It does look a little bit better now. Okay, I think that helped a lot. The gold is a lot more noticeable now, especially on this side where I first had the wet brush. Here it's kind of damp now. See, I don't know if you guys can see the difference here, but it looks good. So if you really want it to be dramatic, then add some setting spray before using that color, which kind of goes for all eyeshadows, but I think for the gold, you kind of need to use the water. If you want it to just be really soft and just show up over another color, then, you know, you could just use it normally. But I would recommend using the setting spray. So I'm just going to take a very thin brush and take Nuts About You on the bottom. And now I'm going to finish it off by using Extra Creamy here, which is that white shade. And I'm going to put that on my brow bone. This white is a little too white for me. I wish they had like the option of a different brow highlight. If you just want to stick like to one palette, then, you know, so you can have everything, then I would have a little bit more of a nude highlight, so the white isn't so like overcasting, especially over all of the warm colors. But I guess it is good if you just really want that brow bone highlight, but for me it's just a little bit too white because I do want the inner corner to be bright. So I'm going to take that just a little bit over the gold there and right around the inner corner. Okay, so there is the finished eye look, or with the eyeshadow. I'm going to go ahead and finish off the rest of my makeup and get back to you guys with any final thoughts. Okay guys, I'm back and I finished everything. This actually ended up being a more dramatic look than I was going for. I just really fell in love with how the eyeshadow came out that I had to throw on some lashes. And I went all out. I contoured and a really nice highlight. I'm liking it. And you know what? This might end up being like my prom look or something. I really like it. There's nothing I can say really that is horrible. Basically, the only thing I was able to point out was the gold. The white highlight ended up blending in really well, so I like it. So it's really, really warm and it's really, really pretty. I absolutely love this. And I think the eyeliner went on super smoothly. And it just looks, I feel like I'm having such a good makeup day. Oh, you guys have to get your hands on this. If you can't find it online because it is out of stock all of the time, go to an Ulta. And that's the one downside too, that they only sell it at Ulta. But, you know, if you have one nearby, even if you don't, go freaking get this because it's just incredible. I am definitely going to go ahead and try some different looks, maybe with the purple or something, and have those up for you guys maybe soon. I give this palette a 10 out of 10, and it definitely is my new favorite palette. It beats this one by a landslide. The Natural Eyes is pretty good, but this one is definitely much better, especially if you're more of a warm tone. The colors are very, very warm, and these are more like of a cool tone for me, so you know, it depends on what fits you and what you like. So I hope you guys enjoyed this first impressions. Make sure to give it a like if you enjoyed it. Comment down below maybe what colors you want to see me use, or any other videos that you guys want to see. Make sure to subscribe if you're not already. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!